What's going on, everybody? Wild Time here, and it is time for some World of Warcraft. We're going to talk about some transmuting today from Legion. Now, Legion, if you don't have the patterns, you have to do questing to get them. The recipes from Legion are all tied to questing, so some you get early on, some you get a little bit later on, and this one is no different. So there's a whole other video that can be made about how to specifically get this pattern, or this recipe rather, or this transmute, however you want to term it, right? To be able to craft what we're going to talk about, there is a little bit of back end work that you have to do. So I would recommend, if you've got Alchemy or you have an alchemist, go check them and see if you've done this during Legion, right? Because that's what happened to me. I got on my character and he had already done it when the content was current. If you're new to Alchemy, then I recommend you start questing through Legion. And I recommend that with any kind of crafting that somebody's doing, right? If you're crafting, I'd recommend you go to Legion, you go through the story and the quest line to get all of those profitable patterns and recipes to be making gold, and then do that with every other expansion, right? So making gold on crafting is sort of a long term. There's so much stuff out there, there's so many patterns to get, and then when you multiply it by however many different professions, it can be a lot. So check first to see if you already have this. I already have it, so we're going to start there. What we're talking about is the pulsating sack. Yep, I know it sounds weird, but let's look and see what it is. So I have one now in my bag. I gotta do it like this. So it's made from a meat to pet transmute. This is what it's made from right here. The meat to pet transmute. And it contains some really cool items, right? That's why we're talking about it. So let's look at what it can contain. It can contain, and not only this, it can contain, but is the only source for 3 of these pets. These 3 pets right here, the Ridgeback Piglet, the Thaumaturgical Piglet, and the Transmutant. This is the only place that these come from. You can buy them off the auction house, but somebody has gotten them from one of these. This says Growling Sack because when you make the Pulsating Sack, it takes 7 days, and then after 7 days, it turns into a Growling Sack, and then you can open it at a chance at one of these lovely pets. So these are the ones we're going to look at. All these other ones you can buy from a vendor and aren't worth very much, or you can get some by some other means. One of note, though, is the Crimson Lasher. We'll look at that one, too. The Crimson Lasher is also a good one they can drop. So this is not a guaranteed win every time. More so what this is just something you can, add to your daily crafts, add to your daily gold making. Or if you're just collecting the pets, you can do this on your own. So it's not going to be a get rich quick. There's no way. It's impossible because it only opens every 7 days. So let's look at some of these pets, though, and see how much they are going for, to see why I'm telling you that this is something that you should maybe look into doing. So let's look at the Ridgeback. And I actually found out about these pets here. I used to do these back in Legion as well, but I moved my mage over and I was just looking at some of the dailies that I had, and I actually had one of these in there from probably the better part of a year ago, and I opened it and it was a Ridgeback Piglet, and my mouse over to my TSM and I was like, holy crap, it sells for that much gold. So I had no idea before I sort of randomly stumbled upon it, and now I'm sharing it with you. So the Ridgeback Piglet has a chance to drop out of this sack, and if you watch my videos, the last one I did, I think 2.3 million gold mailbox clear out. I'll put a link down below, but I go through on this character and actually show you the sale. I think I sold it for around 3,500 gold, so the price went up. So it has a chance to drop one of these bad boys, evidently selling between 3 and 5, and as much as 6 for the regional market average, so that's pretty good. Let's look at the other one here. This one's a little bit difficult to pronounce. Thaumaturgical. I'm sure that actually means something if we wanted to look it up. But the Thaumaturgical Piglet right here, look at this. 5,399. Sells a little bit faster. It's got a region average daily sold of 0.06 and a region sale rate of 0.02. So that one sells for 5,000 there. And then let's look at this one, the Transmutant. 4,500, and it's got a little bit higher sales rank than the Ridgeback, but not as high as the other piglet there. So 4,000 gold for that one. And now let's check the Crimson Lasher. This comes from the Molten Front originally. I forget if it's from a quest line or you have to get rep or something or buy it, or I'm not sure, but it comes from the Molten Core. But it also has a chance to drop in these sacks here from Alchemy. So, and it's not bad either, right? Sells for almost 2,000 gold right now, and the regional market value is actually like 4,000 plus. So that's what you're looking for. If you're making these, that's what you're hoping to get out of here. One of those four pets. Now, I'll give you just a tip into the sort of how you go about getting this recipe. So let's open up our alchemy. You have to get this. You have to get wild transmutation. This is from the alchemy quest line in Legion, and you have to do a craft, and it has these here as what you need to do it, and you craft it, and then you'll get a chance of getting one of these. So you do the wild transmutation, and then it gives you one of these transmutes. And the reason these are important is because you need the stuff that is sort of the offshoot of it. It's not listed here of what it produces, but I'll show you here in a second. Wild transmutation, by the way, looks like it might be worth it for me to go and get some of these and just post up a $1 and do the workstation to get the upper ranks, because you have a chance to produce multiple items also when you do this. So you have a chance to produce some of these recipes, and you get these recipes, and these recipes, depending on which one they are, produce this stuff. The viscous transmutagen, the oily transmutagen, the black transmutagen. I was lucky enough to have several like in stock when I started doing this, but they're sort of wearing down now. So I think what I might do is make me a pulsating sack, and then while it's waiting 7 days, because you only have one in your bag at a time, I'll do some of these other ones. And depending on which one this is, depends on which one this gives you, right? So you can look that up at your own leisure a little later. But I do know, for example, the black transmutagen only comes from transmuting things to herbs. So right now I've got skin to herbs and ore to herbs. So either one of these are going to give me that black transmutagen. Let's check Wowhead real quick, actually. Okay, so we're checking out the black transmutagen, and it looks like some of the nice people on Wowhead have posted what it's produced from. So skin to herbs, ore to herbs, cloth to herbs, and this is what it's used in. And then I think the orange one, I believe, comes from, let's see, I wrote it down. Yeah, the oily one comes from like meat to pants, fish to gems, so transmuting stuff with meat. And then the viscous comes from transmuting ore to cloth. It looks like some cloth to skins, and something else here. So it looks like there's like 3 of each of them, right? And so obviously I haven't learned them all yet. And this is something that you would have to just buy a bunch of these or have them in reserves, these different Legion things here. For example, like the skinning, I do this storm scale and stonehide leather skinning. And so when I do that, I'll just send those over to this guy. And then, I'll have a couple extra to go on about daily and do these. So there is a little bit of work, right? There is some work involved. You're going to have to put in a little bit of time. But maybe you've got this recipe stashed away somewhere and you've completely forgot about it. And if that's the case, that's awesome, because you can make some gold on this. You're going to have to make the call for yourself if you want to go out there and do the quests, right, to get this, and then do the dailies to get all these things to be able to get the transmutagens and stuff like that to craft it. So all that for a chance at gold. All right, so that being said, there are a lot of other and better ways to make gold quicker in World of Warcraft. Okay, so this isn't something that you're going to go out today and make 10 million gold on. But again, if you already have it stocked up and you've forgotten about it, that's awesome. Or if you're leveling up your alchemy and you're just a completionist or whatever it is, or you want the pets, or whatever else your motives are, then that could be for you as well, right? So 2 ways. The long way is to go about it and start from scratch, and then the fast way is, of course, if you already have it and you already did the long way back a while ago. So anyway, I just want to share that with you because it's something that I found here recently and made like 4K gold off of. So I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it might be a good reminder for some of you all. So thanks for watching. I hope maybe this reminded some people that this transmute exists, and maybe gives you another way to make gold with alchemy, and maybe inspired some other people to go out and get this from the questing and from the storyline with alchemy and Legion. Have a great day, or night, or morning, whenever you're watching this. Have fun. Remember, it's just a game, and until next time, I'll catch you all later.